everyone, and welcome back. So today, as you may have guessed from the title, it is the much-awaited Tilly and Jack update. It's actually a really nice day. Sorry, this is very off-topic, but it is autumn, and we do usually get quite a bit of wind and some cold days in autumn, but today it is lovely and sunny, not even a breeze, it's beautiful. But anyway, let's get straight into today's video. So today I'm going to be telling you what's been happening lately over the last few months with Jack and Tilly, and I'm also going to be giving you more of a life story on Tilly because you don't know too much about her. So this is Tilly, and she is going to be 3 years old this year. She is a little Tobi mare. She is full of sass, but she is also very cute. So I've never told you who Tilly's dad is, and some of you might be a little bit shocked, but Jack and Mary, if you didn't know, are brother and sister, and they arrived at the farm 3 years ago together, and the owners of this farm didn't know it, but Mary was pregnant at that point, and when she arrived they thought something is a little bit off, and they realized that Mary was pregnant with Tilly. So we're not 100% sure, but it is thought that Jack broke into Mary's paddock before they arrived on the farm, and Tilly happened, and that is how Mary got pregnant. It would make sense, Tilly is a Tobiano. So anyway, that is how Tilly happened, and then before we arrived on the farm, Tilly was born in the middle of the night in Mary's stable, and from then on she grew up, she enjoyed herself. So Tilly was handled, halter trained and groomed basically since her first week or so of being born, and she was just getting used to people, used to grooming brushes, and she was halter trained not long after she was ready for it, and she does really well with all of those things. But obviously the time comes when you've got to start backing horses if you want to be able to ride them one day. And if you don't know what that means, it means getting a horse under saddle, getting a horse ready to be ridden by people, have a saddle on their back. So Tilly and Jack's backing journey started late last year. It was quite the event. Tilly took it really well. Jack was definitely more difficult. Tilly has had a saddle on her many times before she started with her backing training, so she knew exactly what was going on there. Bridle, she took it easily, and she was just really good about all her tack. The first time she got mounted, she was good about it as well. She would stand, she would practically do everything you asked her to do once she knew what you were asking and how you would like her to do it. She's also basically bomb-proof, even at such a young age. She's basically not scared of anything at all, and that still surprises me, and I'm still wowed by that to this day. She would ride with her bridle on just so she can get used to it, but she would just have a lead rope. And when I say ride, I just mean she would get handled, she would get saddled, and then she would get taken into the arena. Some training would be done with her. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And then we would just ask her to stand. Her trainer and the owner of the horses would ask her to stand. He would mount, then he would get off, mount again, get off, and then mount and just sit there, relax, see how she does. And then when she's ready, she would walk forward on her own, and he would just let her do her thing, just walk wherever she wants to walk. No pressure, nothing like that. Just getting used to having weight on her back and moving with that weight, of course. But the owners of the farm and the horses trained her to be very responsive. So she goes on the click or the cluck, whatever you want to call it, and then she stops with a big breath out, which is basically the foundations of this training. And then this is where I come in. I was super excited, and I still am very happy and privileged to say that I've also had a small part in her backing training, and that's really cool. I've never done anything like backing a horse before. We learned a lot together, the both of us. I'll put some clips up on the screen right now, but basically all I would do with Tilly is that I would tack her up, groom her first obviously, and then tack her up, take her out into the arena. So I do some training which would mostly include me joining up with her. So joining up is basically what I would do. I'd lead her around a few laps of the arena, and then after that I would just loop her lead rein over her neck and then ask her to follow me. She'd follow me, and we do that for a couple minutes, and then once we joined up we can achieve almost anything that we wanted to do together. So I would just do some training asking her to stand, and then I walk away from her, go up to her side, jiggle her saddle, put her foot in the stirrup. I do some training with a rope. I would fit that over her head, around her sides, so she just gets used to movement and all that, and lots of saddle jiggling and jumping around so she gets used to lots of movement from a rider. And then of course I would get on and just sit there, breathe out, relax, get off again after 10 seconds or so, and then I'd slowly build up the time, and then I would get off again, and then obviously she would move on her own accord, and then we started doing some asking her to stop, asking her to go, just in walk. And I'm a very light person, so I definitely wasn't too heavy for her. So that happened for a few months, and now she is sorting herself out as well. She's thinking about everything that she's learned, and then we'll continue very soon. But for now, her foundations have been complete. She has had a rider on her. She's been learned to stop and go and to tack up and grooming and everything, the foundations of what a horse needs to know. And I can tell she's going to be an awesome little mare in the future for out on the trails. She's very go-y, and I think she's just going to be lots of fun in the future when she's a bit older. And the same things were done with him as with Tilly, except he was a lot more difficult. He was very flighty. He threw the owner through the fence many times, mostly because he was just a very flighty horse when backing, and all that. It wasn't easy because he's pretty much scared of anything. He's a little head shy on one side, but we took things slow, and he was able to have a rider. He was able to get on and off easily, saddled pretty much well, and he also did pretty well in the end. Otherwise, I'm so proud of the both of them for getting through all their backing training, and they both did very, very well, and they're living their best life at the moment. But they are both doing really well, as are the other horses. We're going into winter soon, and they're all starting to get quite fluffy. So I will, of course, keep you updated with everything Jack and Tilly and the rest of the horses and everything else going on the farm. So that is our little Jack and Tilly update complete. If you want to see more of what has been happening on the farm recently, because there has been a lot, then check out this video somewhere up here, and you'll see everything that's been going on. We have a new and improved arena space. We've got some new fencing and new paddock updates and new everything really. There's a lot of stuff been going on. So I would definitely recommend checking that out, and also look out for more autumn and winter videos. We do a few routines and vlogs because I love autumn and winter content. And this is going to be the second winter on the farm that you guys are seeing. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big like if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe so you don't miss anything about the farm or with the horses. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!